Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for bout number 5 of the evening. Please welcome Kingsley Crawford.
So, Crawford, a lot of attention in the media, and perhaps according to some, less attention than he deserves. A little bit under the radar. But I suppose, as you alluded to, Dean, that's his style. Devastating finisher. Quick, agile, technical, and most importantly, able to tailor his game plan to exploit his opponents.
And he is just that, Chris. The way he is able to maneuver around with his BJJ skills and Muay Thai techniques really is assassin-like. You'll never see it coming, so keep your eyes on this one. At only 18 years old, and the way he performs decades above, got so much potential, truly a marksman in the Muay Thai realm.
And please welcome NIK Bagley.
And now for his opponent here tonight at Rise of Champions, NIK Bagley from Premier MMA, undefeated, a perfect 3-0 by way of Ukraine, 5'8", 19 years of old, and he is a WKA and WTKA amateur world champion in 2013. So again, a devastating kicker. And when we mentioned earlier on the broadcast, the kickboxing pedigree that head coach Chris Foran, as you will see here also on camera, has developed with those guys. He's brought the very best from that style of Taekwondo and molded it with the additional assets that Muay Thai can bring to the table. And Dean, that has proved to be very devastating and moreover provided his fighters with more options.
NIK Bagley brings in the lightning fast hands straight down the pipe. Very apt in an MMA situation. Often if you can check the kick or evade the kick, come straight down the pipe. When a person's engaged in the kick and they're often on that center line, so let's see if NIK Bagley can fire off those shots straight down the middle. Very tough contest for him in Crawford. Very apt opponent. He's gonna have to switch on in this fight and really put through his techniques and keep his head in this fight.
And look for Bagley to utilize movement-based striking. It would be very important for him to not ever be a stationary target against the ever-dangerous Crawford. And again, both fighters are very young. They're experienced for their age. They're very motivated, and all eyes should be on this one. As we now have Bagley in the ring, Crawford and NIK Bagley will collide. Back to Buddy Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for three-minute rounds in the amateur featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighing officially at 65.6 kilograms. He has a record of 6 wins with 2 losses and 0 draws. Representing Revolution Martial Arts, he is a silent assassin, Kingsley Crawford. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, also standing 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighing officially at 65.4 kilograms. He has a flawless record of 3 wins with no losses, no draws. Representing Premier MMA and Precision Martial Arts, he is NIK Bagley. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Daniel Movahedi.
Daniel, the gentleman Movahedi in charge. You heard it there from our MC, Buddy Johnson. And we are also all here live from London on the edge of our seats for 2 youngsters who only know one way, and that is winning in spectacular fashion. Bagley immediately booting the leg of Crawford with a right round kick to start it off.
He's able to initiate those kicks because of his footwork. Look at the way he taps in and taps out of range. He blasts that kick in and then shoot out of the danger zone.
And immediately, a lot of movement shown from Bagley. That's exactly what we suspected was going to be important to throw Crawford off. Crawford already a little bit lighter on that lead leg after eating a couple, but a nice front leg side kick. Another beautiful technique there. Again, now, the way he goes to the legs with that, that's a distance management technique. A lot of Thai guys would use the teep or the front leg push kick. But Bagley has additional options, and that is what I mean about the style.
Bagley looking to do some massive damage with those leg kicks. He's really throwing everything into that. If Crawford could time the check and come over the top with the overhand right, he needs to close that distance. He can't be on their back there from the side kicks.
And this is just mesmerizing the way Bagley mixes it up. Again, it's that KTX system out of Premier MMA. Tailored for MMA, but born with dynamic striking and movement. Beautiful right to the body. Again, that Taekwondo stuff, as you mentioned, Dean, that straight stuff right down the pipe. Crawford catching the kick. This is what he needs.
Crawford got cracked by that kick and he initiated the takedown straight away. Excellent transition to MMA from a striking background. Not forgetting about the ground, and now he sees, you see Crawford now trying to sneak his right leg out of the grasp of Bagley. Bagley looking to stand up. He'll post out with his arm, scoot his butt back to the cage, look for a stand-up. He could be looking for a sweep here.
And Crawford doing the right thing here and trying to maneuver him back away from the fence so he would not be able to get up to his feet and try and pin him down. It seems to me he's looking for a choke here, Dean. And if he puts him down to the mat, he'll have better torque and being able to get that technique on. But a great moment of jockeying for position from both men. And look at the speed of the transitions from offense to defense. Now Bagley on top.
Bagley able to eat that knee and then grab the leg. As Crawford's leg come up for that knee, he initiated the takedown. Now he's on top. Let's see if he can pass Chris. What he's going to try and do is make the legs go together. There we go. Pass one leg across and then move around to side control.
Excellent pass
Oh,
here.
straight to mount.
Nice, I love it.
He's just got to walk up a little bit to get past the hip area. He's got to drag away Crawford from the cage and then walk up.
What I love is how Bagley actually passed and then lassoed the legs to try and walk up here as he advances into mount. Time running here, though. Less than 10 seconds to go.
Bagley very patient. He's up on his elbow there of his right arm. You see that? He was looking for a stand-up, just trying to stop Bagley getting to that mount position. Very dangerous in MMA to have somebody mounting on you, punching you in the face. Crawford very aware of where he is on the body. We've seen both fighters initiate their striking technique, and Crawford initiate the takedown, but then Bagley returned it. Very smart on his part. If this does go to the judges, they're still scoring in each realm.
Let's rewind. Let's go right back to the beginning. We saw some of the kicks from Bagley. We saw the response from Crawford. It ended also there in a grappling exchange, Dean. How do you see the strategies moving forward for both into the second?
If Crawford can time those kicks, when he got cracked from a kick, I think he did it off just autonomous response going in for the takedown. If he can time those big kicks, perhaps skip out the way, perhaps check them, and then initiate the strikes, then go down for the takedown, I think he'll have more success there.
Well, the clock has been reset here at Rise of Champions. 3 more minutes ticking. And both of these two youngsters continue to clash.
Crawford now came out a bit more aggressively, as one of the two has either come out real aggressive or counter. It looks like he's trying to turn it up to put the pressure on Bagley.
Big check from Bagley, and also an uppercut landing sweetly there from Crawford.
Again, Bagley with that switch kick, that lead switch kick that cracked Crawford in the first round.
Bagley got cracked by a check hook as well. Bagley cannot be too aggressive. He needs to continue to use the movement and the angles to throw Crawford off.
There's the check. You saw Crawford check that kick, but he needs to fire off it straight away. As soon as he feels that, it's like a button, and initiate a punch.
Going 360 is Bagley, but a little bit too close there. I think Bagley is doing much better at distance with those little half steps that you alluded to in the beginning of the first round, Dean.
Oh, that hurt him. That was a right hook, I believe, from Crawford. Bagley looked a bit rocked.
And already now into the clinch, Bagley initiating. Crawford, though, it would seem, wants to disconnect and land additional blows. But when you got the plum, why not?
Crawford, excellent plum, but he gives up the takedown. Using the pummeling, he used his arm across the face of Bagley there. to steer him back upwards. But Bagley now using that pressure up against his firing his shoulder in to keep Crawford pinned against the cage.
And it's very interesting to now see Bagley pressing the clinch, pressing the takedown, covering up. This is good time for him to get a little bit of recovery from a few really strong shots landed by Crawford here.
Bagley's getting frustrated with these knees. He's trying to fire him back, but now he just goes up to the block, then straight to the takedown. He's got to be careful of his neck. Crawford looking for the 100%. Blast a knee in there. That looked like it hurt him. Bagley's hurt, man. He's rugging back.
Bagley on the back foot. Crawford pouring the pressure on. Big knees land for KINGSLEY Crawford.
Crawford now needs to hunt this body smartly. Keep that head up. He doesn't let Bagley get that head down because he's going to go for the takedown. He needs to abandon this guillotine and really fire at that body. Bagley was hurt.
KINGSLEY Crawford and NIK Bagley. Man, what a fight. Would you look at Bagley go? The reshot from this young man after getting rinsed a couple of times to the body there. Clear evidence of the determination it takes to be undefeated, Dean.
Bagley now looking for that single leg, gets it. Crawford now, you can hear Crawford's corner screaming up. They want him to pop up, they want him to get his hips away and stand up to his feet.
And stuff the head. The moment you get down to the floor is the moment your opponent will often sediment and put the weight down on you. And that was exactly where Crawford tried to time the escape there. Man, what a fight. NIK Bagley, though, let's go back again. Let's review. He did a great job of getting the pressure on and forcing Crawford into his game plan. But Crawford responded and countered and landed some really devastating shots there, Dean. Talk us through the rest of the action there.
Crawford really turned up the volume. He enabled himself to get in because he wasn't letting Bagley get off first and settle. You could hear Crawford's corner, don't let him settle. They were screaming that out and he did that perfectly. Keep the pressure on Bagley so he can't sit back and implement those big power techniques like that low leg kick.
So, we have got an opportunity to see these young up-and-coming mixed martial artists to go into another round here. And we will have that in just a moment here at Rise of Champions. Third and final round. Chris Hoekstra here on the mic alongside my partner as always, Dean Midhat, and immediately I think the go-to has to be for Crawford to work that body. Bagley wants to get this one down to the ground.
Crawford there with a nice lead left body shot. Bagley responds by a takedown. Oi, big knees from Crawford. Oi!
Another brutal knee lands to the breadbasket from KINGSLEY Crawford. NIK Bagley, though, noticeably breathing heavy. And, you know, it's one thing if your fighter has excellent conditioning and you might go into the fight with the knowledge of having great cardio. But once you get work to the body like that, that's another way to slow somebody down. And I think that's what Crawford has done very well against Bagley, who is no doubt very well prepared.
He's disrupt Bagley's breathing, disrupt the rhythm, really shut him down in this round and the last. Crawford doing a great job of keeping that Thai palm grip high on the head, using the leverage of the neck forward and the elbows to steer. Now looking for the takedown, Crawford. See from this angle there, you see the overhook of the right arm of Bagley.
And it's always interesting to note that as the tempo and rhythm changes, so too have the types of attacks that we've seen, whether in and out of the clinch, with the striking, with the takedown offensive at times, with this, the Muay Thai plum. Again, as you alluded to, it's the way that Crawford controls it very high on the crown of the head that allows him great leverage and, more importantly, control.
Bagley needs to think about pummeling those arms in on that Thai clinch and utilizing his leg to block those knees. But he's got the single leg here. It looks like he might have it. He's looking to run the pipe and then pivot round to his left to secure the takedown.
And this is some great defense here from Crawford to try and swing that leg. The right leg, the leg in question, if you will. Now he has to try and spread his weight while he's pressed up against the wire.
Bagley can get his weight, his head underneath Crawford. He could perhaps look for the high crotch, but Crawford very savvy using the 100% to get out now, again with these relentless knees. Fighting up against the cage, both athletes looking for that dominant position. Bagley leaving his head down again. He's got to be careful of these knees. Eats a knee there. Left knee again.
And I've said it before, but Crawford's plum control is exceptional, especially at close distance where it's sometimes very difficult to hand fight your way into that position. He does a great job of tying, for example, the control with the whizzer to then when he goes back into the plum. You notice the way he's framing up with his left arm, pushing Bagley away. Man, what a fight. These guys gave it their all. Both young men came, stood, traded, and delivered. And there can be only one. Crawford feels he's done enough.
There's a little bit of concern here. See if the right arm of Bagley has been damaged. It might explain the reason why it seemed to almost fade away. I mean, we were attributing it to the body shots, Chris, but it could have been an injury.
Well, we're going to have an assessment here from the medical team, and then coming up in just a moment, our official announcement, courtesy of our master of ceremonies, Buddy Johnson. Fighter safety here at Rise of the Champions, always number one. Great to see our medical staff and commission assessing the situation. And we will be right back with you in just a moment for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to our judges' scorecards. To your winner, by unanimous decision, the silent assassin, Kingsley Crawford.